Floor is yours.
Okay. Awesome.
Carl King, not to be confused with Carol King.
Yeah. I see a couple more popping in. So wait another 5 seconds. But we're at go time.
We are
so
at go time.
Let's go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to talk about mostly inexpensive. By the way, of the 20, I'll let you know now, at least half of them are free. Just going to put that out there. So if you're looking for affordable ways to market your business, here we are. It is sponsored by the wonderful folks at SCORE. Make sure you are doing a lot with SCORE of Greater Los Angeles, losangeles.score.org. All right. One completely affordable thing, because except for the legal fees, it's free. If you are doing webinars, you should have your own all rights reserved slide. Here's ours. All you have to do, it protects your intellectual property, like this one reminds you not to record or reproduce. Today is wholly owned by Major League Baseball, may not reproduce in any way
Except that it's not Major League.
I know,
it's
Yuloff Creative. So it's the same thing you would hear Vince Scully talk about. He used to do that. By the way, if you don't have one of these and want it, we'll send you ours. You strip out our information, you put in your information, send it to your lawyer, make sure that your lawyer says what our lawyer says, that yeah, you could go after anyone that steals your stuff. If you don't have a really great business lawyer, reach out to us in the chat, say you want a business lawyer, and we'll send you ours. All right. As we get going, first step is how you're defining marketing. And there is a reminder too that your notes should go into wherever you are putting all of your written marketing plan. If you go to a bunch of our webinars, make sure you keep all your notes together. Marketing is misconstrued quite often. People think it's the same as sales, and it's really not. Marketing, my definition is getting people to raise their hand and say, you know, I'd like some more information about your coaching plan, Sharon.
Awesome.
And that,
let's schedule a time to talk,
is the marketing part. You're giving people enough information about what you do, and by enough I don't mean everything.
Right. Not your whole menu of everything.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Exactly. You're giving them enough information so that they want to raise their hand and say, "Hey, I'd like to chat." By the way, I saw someone on the screen. I was going to mention who is that person up at the top?
Brandon.
The one above.
This one? Brandon.
Brandon, you're looking really good in your box. Just know, I'm looking at you guys in a square that's about the size of my thumbnail, and I'm noticing Brandon is popping on his screen. So good job. And he's one of the only ones on camera, so hold on. Keep something in mind. Most of the original Fortune 500 is gone. They've been replaced by other companies. And that has always told me and reminded me that you don't have to be huge in business or have tons in order to be successful, because even large companies disappear. Charles Darwin's Origin of Species can be applied to businesses. It isn't the strongest that survive necessarily, but the ones that are most adaptable to change. And if you're a small business owner, and honestly, we know if you have found Sharon and me, we know you're a small business owner. Every bit of our marketing is targeted to small business owners. We aren't one of those folks that say we're business coaches for small to medium size. No, we only work with small business owners. So that the smaller the business, the easier you are or have it in order to adapt. You can make a decision right now to make a change in your marketing. You can make a decision right now in your business and put it into play. Before webinar today, I had looked at this presentation and some things came out, some things went in. I didn't have to run it past a boss. I ran it through my brain. And we made changes instantly. And we do that all the time with what we do. We adapt our business and we change it. So keep that in mind. You are able to make changes. What's your favorite one? You're not a tree. You don't have to stay in one place.
Yes. Well, you're not a tree. Yeah, you don't stay.
Okay.
You can move.
There we go. So today what you're going to learn, we're going to talk about targeting your message. Here's why. If you don't know how to target your message, if you don't know how to create it, it doesn't matter how inexpensive or expensive the marketing tactic you use is. If you don't know how to create your message and go after the right audience, doesn't matter. The marketing tactic will fail if you have the wrong message in it. This is why when clients come to us and want to talk about things like Facebook ads, which is like number 18 or 19, it's a really long discussion about why are you going to do them and how you're going to do them, because it can be, you can run a budget, but if it doesn't work well, you can change one or two things. My first gig out of college, I worked for a direct mail company, and it's the same sort of a thing. If an ad didn't work 1 week in the mailer, well, what was the offer, or what was the headline, or we would work on the ad and figure out what it was that worked and didn't work. So you want to make sure the message is right. We've got the inexpensive ways. We've got next steps, and we're going to give you a bunch of free stuff. We'll load the free stuff up first. So here's what today isn't about. We're not going to say, you're not going to get to the end and say, well, heck, to do all of that stuff, I need to hire Sharon and Hank. Nope, you can do any of this stuff yourself. Of course, we are business coaches. We're here to help. We'll give you some free time if you want it, but you can do any of this stuff by yourself. Along those lines, do us a favor. If you have questions, please hold on to them. We have done this presentation enough times that we kind of know what questions come up with every tactic, and we pretty much have built it into our own mental script to answer them. However, if you have questions at the end, we will hang around and answer them all. Or if you have questions about anything else that has to do with your marketing, we'll take those at the end as well. Or they can do with your HR or anything to do with your business that isn't your legal, because we are not lawyers. We do not play one on TV.
Or financial.
A little about us. We began the company 27 years ago with a promo company. We put logos on stuff, and yeah. No, I think that was that. Yeah. Just so you know, we've got 3 kittens in our office in a cage, and they're wild kittens. So we're listening for when they move. Long story short.
We just don't want them to lose.
Yeah, we don't want them to lose.
We were in there before we started the webinar, so I'll make sure we secured them properly.
Because they already got loose in our office one time, and it took us a week to catch them.
And disinfect.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Anyway.
Never cat talk.
When we were doing promo, we offered free marketing advice as an extra reason to buy stuff from us, is because we would help you with your marketing as well. And then a couple of things happened. The first was I hired Sharon away from her boss, stole her away from entertainment. Yeah, that's how it works.
Sure.
Because one of my clients needed her specific HR abilities and systems abilities. And after we were done with that contract, it really didn't make sense for her to go back to working for someone. So we've been together ever since. We also figured out.
Yeah, we were together before.
Yeah, we were. Married 32, married the 1. Yeah, 32 years. We have figured out over this time that Mastermind gives us a definite advantage. We run one of our coaching programs as a mastermind because when there's 2 of us together, we're able to give a couple of different points of view for clients. And the thing is, a lot of time we talk to small business owners that don't know where they want to go. And Just like the Cheshire Cat told Alice, well, if you don't know which road you want to take, then or which direction you want to go, then any road's going to help you. We have figured out through masterminding in our program how to make our folks be able to answer the Cheshire Cat. And what we've figured out over the years also as we've moved from Los Angeles to Sedona, and now we're in Maryland, we talk about niche marketing and that our clients should know definitely what niche you serve. To say, well, when we ask you what you do, and if you say start with the word everybody, or you start with the word anybody, that's not specific enough, and we'll cover that. By the way, that picture of at Dodger Stadium, that's taken from our season tickets. Yes, we still have season tickets for the Dodgers, even though we live on the East Coast. Can't really give those up because they're too good. We'll be going back to LA next year for our anniversary, so the Red Sox are in town. We'll be there for the 3-game series, sitting on our own season tickets. Yeah, it's one of the best reasons to be in Los Angeles. Because of all of these experiences, we've figured out that showing you a steady stream of corrections and adjustments in what you do is what's going to make you continuously more successful. Here's a tip. Some of you are probably on social media. We're going to talk about that a little bit today, but you might not be doing it in the right way. You might be on the wrong platforms. Well, it's a small correction to jump to a different platform and continue posting. If you've never posted in social media, that's a bigger jump. Get the idea of what I mean. We also do our Small Business Breakthrough Bootcamp a couple of times a year. And because of all of the stuff we've done, we've ended up being in over, that number is actually wrong now, it's 500, publications and radio shows. We were just on another one the other day, and we have another, we're going to be interviewed about LinkedIn tomorrow. Yeah, so it's up. We're the authors of 8 best-selling books. If you've been to one of our webinars lately, you might have seen that used to be 7. As of last week, the Marketing Checklist 4, your guide for overwhelmed and overthinking entrepreneurs, was launched and hit bestseller in a day. So, yay, good job. That book is still available for 99 cents on Amazon. We haven't raised the investment for it yet. So if you want it, grab it today or sometime this week, because that will go up. Been interviewed by some really cool people. What's awesome about being interviewed by some really cool people that are more famous than us is that those interviews live on the front page of our website, and they help with the search engine optimization of our site. And that when someone is looking for James or ABC's Secret Millionaire or Shark Tank or Forbes, they sometimes come across us because we are connected with them. We have tagged our website the proper way, and it helps the ranking of our website go up because we are connected and tied with some other folks. We've competed for, we were voted America's #1 coaching team for small business marketing. That's us competing there. We were one of 5 finalists, and that was kind of fun. I enjoy being in front of a few hundred people at a time. It's really neat. We've mentored a lot of small business owners to understand the keys of getting what you want for your business, and that's really that a lot of you have started your business, and if it's not serving your life, in other words, if it's taking over your life, you need a couple of changes. And you want to make sure that the reason you started your business is you want more freedom and more time with family. Make sure that that's happening. And today we want to give you a bunch of really inexpensive ways to promote your business. All right, let's start with some freebies.
Awesome.
On your mark, get set. If you'd like one of our books, our email address is there. You can choose the one you want and send us an email. I would suggest you don't send that email yet because we're going to offer you a couple of other free things. So this is just one free thing that you can get. Any one of our books. If you work with a partner like Sharon and I do, I would strongly suggest Partners in Everything. It's a great book if you have a partner in your business. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and you overthink a lot of stuff, the new book, The Marketing Checklist 4, that is the book for you. Second thing, we had a lot of folks that wanted a small business breakthrough bootcamp in December here in Maryland. So we're going to do one. It's going to be virtual on the 9th. We don't normally do a boot camp that late in the year. We usually do them in March and September. If you would like to join in on that, you get a free ticket since you came through SCORE. You can either scan the QR code or write down the Plan Your Marketing website, or if you want to come, just say you want to put it in the chat that you want to come to boot camp, and add your email address, and we will get you signed up. Boot camp is where we put your marketing plan together in just a day. We go from who your audience is to your marketing message and a whole lot of tactics in depth, and how you can do that. And as we get into this, I want you to remember that no matter what you're doing to market your business and attract new business, people are tuned into a radio station, and it's WIIFM, which stands for What's in It for Me. So your message has always got to tell them what's in it for you. Not you, but them. You get what I mean. And the way you figure that out is by going and knowing who the demographics and psychographics of your audience is. Now, Sharon and I have 6 different specific, in marketing ease, they're called avatars. We call them Harriet because we've named all of them. Each one of the 6 has a name. The first one was named Harriet, so in general we call them Harriet. So each one of your Harriets has a different demographic and a different psychographic.
So imagine that these 4 women, they all want to buy a car. They're probably not looking for the same kind of car. They're probably not looking for the same benefit features of that car. So a good car salesperson is going to message each of them differently in order to attract them to their dealership. The same thing is true for you. It is quite possible that these 4 women could all benefit from your product or service, but you'll need to message each of them differently in order to attract them to you. If you try to craft one message that you're going to send to all 4, none of the 4 will feel like you're actually talking to them, and then they're not buying.
We use the car example because several years ago, when, in fact, this is before we worked together, Sharon got a wonderful bonus from her bosses. And I said, well, what do you want to spend it on? It's your bonus. And she never had a new car. I says, fine, let's go get a new car. And we are at a dealership on Reseda Boulevard. I'll just use the generic because, if you can't say something nice. And the salesperson keeps asking me questions. How are you going to use the car? Where do you drive? I was like, wait a minute, dude, you need to understand something. It's her car. She's going to write you the check. I'm just going along to enjoy the ride. So if you have questions, you really should talk to her. Oh, okay. And he asked her one question, then started asking me questions again, like he was so used to selling the man. And I turned to Sharon and said, are you feeling served? Nope. See ya. We left. And she wrote a check to somebody else that actually paid attention to her. Demographically, they decided that in a couple, the male always makes the decision, silly people, and they blew a sale. So knowing the demographics of your audience and how they make that decision is really important. And how they make the decision is the psychographic. Because we don't buy for logical reasons. Quite often it's emotional. What are our hopes, dreams, desires? I was driving a particular car when I met Sharon because it went fast and I looked cool. Well, I thought I did. In the car. So that's why I bought that car. And we've all made those sorts of decisions that go fast, look cool. If you know what their hopes, dreams, desires are, then you can solve their challenge and they become a client. So in any of the marketing tactics, remember, marketing is designed to get them to raise their hand. We're about to talk about a lot of tactics to get people to raise their hand, but then you need the demographics and psychographics of your audience in order to serve them and begin the sales process. Hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, write down the URL at the bottom, and you're going to see that a bunch of times. You'll get some time with us for free, and we can work on your specifics. Every marketing message that's going to come out is a sidewalk sign. We referred to this earlier, that when they raise their hand, in order to you're not giving them all that information. We've all been in that backyard barbecue where we're all in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'll just use a horrible example. The life insurance salesman comes in dressed in a suit and tie and starts passing out business cards. That's not how to do it. You want to give them just enough information that they want to raise their hand. It's a sidewalk sign. The picture on your screen, we saw that sign in London.
We were in London. We were walking from our Airbnb to my sister's home. It caught our attention because we are Big Bang Theory fans. We thought this would be great. We'll go. We'll have a great time. We'll win some pounds. And then we saw the date. You know what? Never mind. We're not the right Harriet for this particular event. So you can see that it didn't give their whole menu of stuff. It's not even their whole menu of everything they're doing that night. It's just enough to get the right people to get interested and then walk in and sign up. It wasn't us. We weren't going to be there. So good luck.
So remember, when you're doing your good marketing makes the company look really smart, and great marketing makes the customer feel smart for wanting to work with you. So our job today is to help you solve your problems. Your job for your clients is to help them solve their problems. All right, let's get into it. Each one of these is going to start with a myth. And the answer to every myth is false. So just know, you can feel smart. Every time a myth comes up, you can scream in your office, "That's not true." And then we'll show you why. Oh, God. So first, it is impossible to get in the press. You saw at the beginning, we've been in 400 plus 500 different publications and podcasts and such. A lot of that came from going onto a website. It's called Haro, HARO.com. It stands for Help a Reporter Out. And every day, 3 times a day, when you sign up for free, this is a free one, you get an email. And it gives you a lot of topics. And the ones that you can answer, you're an expert as. You click on it, you answer the question that the reporter has, and you can be used as an expert. Now, this is where all of those as seen on, groups of logos come from. When you go to the front page of our website, Yuloff Creative, you'll see as seen on, and we've been in lots of publications. It's great to have third-party validation. Every time that we are in a publication, I use that as an opportunity to go on our social media, say, "Hey, we were interviewed," and we send out the link. The interview that we're going to be in tomorrow, we'll send that link out probably Thursday or Friday. As soon as they publish the podcast we're going to be on, we will promote it. So you get third-party validation, and that's almost as good as testimonials, which we're going to talk about. Oops, I gave away one of the ones later. So, all right, if you're keeping track, this one is free. It will cost you some time, but it is free to sign up. So that's one free one. Second, are you using the name of your company as a URL, or are you using something that they might type in? One of our clients, his name was Joshua, and when we met him, his company was AIB Therapeutics, and he tried to explain what he did. It turns out that when you have carpal tunnel challenges, quite often it isn't carpal tunnel, and he created a set of exercises, symptoms, that solve those symptoms. So since I had heard him tell me the name of his company like 4 times and I couldn't get it, I said, so it's really not carpal tunnel? He said, yeah. So notcarpaltunnel.com became a URL. So using URLs that are easy to remember, sometimes easier than your name. Heck, our last name is Yuloff. Our company is Yuloff Creative. There are a lot of different ways to misspell our name. Now, we own all of those, ULOF, ULOF. But if we want to get somebody to our page, we have a lot of URLs that get people to where they want to go. Plan Your Marketing goes to our bootcamp page. Your Marketing Advisor goes to our all of our webinars, if you wanted to see where those are. Delmarva Business Coaches is one we use here in Maryland because it's a geographic delineator. If somebody's looking for a business coach in Delmarva, well, we pop up that way. Makes sense? Where you get your URLs, we do not care. If you're going to look them up, and this is very, very, very important, I suggest you look them up at networksolutions.com because they don't have a program that looks at what you check, and if they think it's worth something, they buy it before you do. There are companies that do that. If you go to their site and look up a URL and don't buy it, you click away, they have an algorithm that says, ooh, this could be worth some money, and they buy it. It's not illegal.
Unethical, maybe.
But it happens. So we know Network Solutions doesn't do it. Whois.com also does not do it. So if you want to look up URLs there, go for it. If you don't know what URL is for you, again, use the website at the bottom, and we can find a website URL that'll work for you. All right, this falls under the heading of inexpensive because they run from anywhere from like $9 to $15 a year,
depending on where you buy it.
Yeah,
and what time of year you buy it.
Yeah, so this falls under inexpensive. So we're at 1 and 1.
Am I supposed to be keeping score?
No, I think somebody keep track for me, all right? And later on learning. All right, it's impossible for you to get your message out to your audience. Of course it is. One of the best ways to get your message out to your audience is on your website, on your WordPress built website.
There we go.
Is to blog on a consistent basis. Blogging is how you talk about what you do, your point of view about what you do, and you solve some problems for your prospects so that they want to reach out to you for more information. Now, I know when I say blogging, a lot of you get that, oh, dear Lord, please don't make me, please, oh, no. And you have 10th grade Ms. Clopton flashbacks to when you had to write all those reports. Yeah, I understand that. However, this is one of the best ways to update your WordPress website so that the search engines consistently come back and scan your site because something has been updated. We're not looking for war and peace. We suggest that your blogs be about 1,000 words. Most people will come in around half that, which is okay. Just know that when Google is looking to deliver the answer to a question, or they're looking to deliver a website that answers a question somebody has typed in, they will compare your answer to others. And if you are giving a more complete answer to the question, for example, why is blogging important? Then you get ranked ahead and you get delivered. So blogging, again, it's free. It will take some time, but it is free. All right, so that's 2 to 1. Now, from us blogging, that's how we ended up being guest contributors on a post, which pretty kind of cool. Promotional products. This is, I guess, a pretty self-serving one. We love these. They're affordable ways. It's the only advertising that people don't mind getting. People have done an amazing amount of things. You know, they will run at a 5K just to get a T-shirt. I don't get it, but they will. So if you're looking for a very affordable way to keep your logo on someone's desk, promotional products are incredible. If you don't have a person that you buy them from, we can talk to you about it. We can also find you somebody local to you that can talk to you about promo products. I love the industry. We just spoke to the East Coast, called Promotions East, the promotional product trade show on the East Coast. We spoke there last week. It was one of the featured speakers. You should follow the ABCs of sales. In other words, always be closing.
Good grief, no.
Hate those folks. I hate the buy now, buy it now, buy it now, buy it now. Look, we love using a greeting card system. We use an electronic one where I go online, I create a card, and then they mail an actual card into your mailbox.
So it's the ease of email, but they actually get a physical card in the mail.
Like when we meet somebody new, they'll get that card that's in the lower right-hand corner saying, "It was shoe nice to feed you." Get it? It was shoe nice to feed you. I'll wait. Yeah. Anybody?
Brandon got it.
Brandon got it? Good. Brandon gets an extra point. Thing is, greeting cards get opened before checks.
We don't get checks in the mail very often anymore. We collectively, not we personally. And when we do get a check, we know what that check is for, but we don't know why we're getting a greeting card. It's the holidays yet, and it's not our birthday, so why are we getting a greeting card? So yeah, it does tend to be the first one. Statistically, it gets opened first before anything else in the mail.
Yeah, we do a monthly mailing of a particular card. We'll send out a marketing tip. We're in October when we're doing this live. For those of you watching a replay, we're doing this in October. And we just sent one out that gives everyone a Halloween-themed elevator pitch. So if they're in a networking group and they say, "All right, everyone do something about Halloween and your business," or if they just want to look fun and say, have one that's themed for the month, we're sending it to them. All I have to do is fill in a few blanks, and they've got a really great, fun, cute elevator pitch for Halloween. That's this month. Next month will be something. Will probably be 5 ways to show appreciation and thanks to clients.
Do they also do postcards?
Yes, they do. In fact, when the 3 kittens that we've got here, when we've got them ready to be homed, I'm going to put their pictures on a postcard, and for our audience in this area, they're all going to get a postcard with the 3 kittens pictures and say, if you take these kittens off our hands, we're going to give them a prize. My guess is, my thought, they get a free month of coaching with us for every kitten. So if you take all 3 kittens,
you get 3 months
you get
coaching.
3 months of business coaching. If you take 2 kittens, you get 2 months. And if you only take one of them, you get 1 month. See, it makes sense. And they're also going to have to promise, of course, the cats are going to do cats, and
But this program here, they have a program where you get postcards.
Oh yeah, the postcards are free. Yeah,
right.
All I do is pay for postage on the post.
If you only collected email but not a mailing address, then you can't do this. But there are plenty of other things that you can do, and we do encourage you to work on getting mailing addresses, because people are not getting as much mail as they used to. So their email boxes are getting full, but their mailboxes are not, and they are typically not standing there with a garbage can, so there's no junk mail folder for them to go into.
What's fun? since we moved into this area about a year ago, what we got to witness the power of this system, because all of a sudden we were adding a whole lot of new people into our system, and we are finding, oh, you're those greeting card people. When because we send them to our local chamber, most of the people that could be a prospect in our chamber of commerce, and when they've gotten the cards before they really met us in person, we're finding that they are getting exposure. So it's kind of neat. I believe it is shortening our recognition phase quite a bit, because we've moved into the area, and we've already started to get coaching clients, and that process was sped up because we were just sending out cool stuff. All right, I think that's 2 free, 3 inexpensive. Okay. All right, scarcity never works. Sure does. I'm going to play you a video this is a short video from Costa Rica. We were the marketing experts in a video series that was starring Brian Tracy. And it's our last night in Costa Rica. We were down there for 10 days. And we're eating at a restaurant, one of the more popular restaurants in the main town. And we noticed a blinking light outside the restaurant. So I went up to the owner who was eating with us, and I said, "Is that like to keep planes away?" And he told me what it was all about. So here it is.
Hey everyone, Hank from Sedona Marketing, and you're looking at a blinking light. You know what that blinking light is? It's a marketing tool. So it's our last night in San Jose, Costa Rica, and we are at a restaurant that's been here for like 35 years. And the city is down here. Gorgeous view. This is an absolutely stunning view. And what that blinking light is doing is it's telling everybody down there that at one of the most popular restaurants in the city, there are tables available. How basic, how perfect, how awesome. Anyway, so we've learned all sorts of cool stuff in Costa Rica, and wish you guys were here, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Wow, blinking light. What a brilliant freaking idea.
So we watched the restaurant fill up 2 different cycles when they turned the light on. It was amazing. So it cost him a couple of bucks in electricity a year, and
A new light bulb every now and then.
yeah. Now, I realize most of you aren't going to be able to do that.
But how cool is that?
Yeah. So that's a really affordable way. So remember, scarcity, it's okay to offer, only X amount at this price. When the car that I previously mentioned that I was driving when I met Sharon, I wasn't quite ready to buy the car the day I bought it, but I happened to walk into the dealership, let them sell me the car, and I asked how much it was, and I ended up buying the one at this price. It was going to be in the ad. So scarcity worked that time because there was one only, and I didn't have to negotiate a price. They already hit the price I wanted to invest. All right, you couldn't get on radio shows. Why bother? You can either get yourself interviewed or you can start speaking on stage. Terrestrial radio, they all need guests every day. If you are an expert in your field, and why wouldn't you be, start reaching out to radio producers at all of the different stations in your area. When they need someone on the topic, if you've established a relationship, you've sent them, your blogs as an example. Hey, I just wrote a blog on this topic. Thought you might find it interesting. If I can be an expert, to any of your radio hosts that are looking for information on the subject, would love to chat with you. It's a process. We've ended up on radio shows because we've done that. Same with podcasts. Podcasters need guests. Kind of a simple process. And we're going to show you how to do that in a second. We have sent out tons of questions. Here are the questions you could ask us. Here are the answers. In fact, we've been on a couple of podcasts because of our Partners in Everything book. They're relationship podcasts. Now, why would business coaches be on a relationship podcast? Because we have a book that talks about it. We'll start.
We have a life that talks about it.
Yeah. Our new book, we're going to look for podcasters that talk about overwhelm and overthinking because it's the subject of our book. So we'll send them a copy of the book. Here are some questions you could ask us. Here are the answers. And the reason we send them the questions with the answers is that we show them that our answers aren't 1,000 words long, and they're going to be able to get a word in, and it's going to be a conversation. Most podcasters, they really just want a fun, interesting dialogue. Yep. Because that's what their folks want to hear. So, very simple. It's free. This is another one that's free. Along those same lines, every service group, Rotary and the Lions and all, they all need speakers for their meetings. The worst job on the board of directors of any service group is to have to get the weekly speaker. So now, in fact, that's less than free because they usually buy your lunch.
That's right.
So you make $12 on the deal because they bought your lunch. Again, you reach out to the groups in your area. Here are the topics I could talk on. Here are some things I'll discuss. Now, if you've never been on a podcast,
oh no,
we would invite you to be on ours. It's free. We only interview small business owners. Here's how it works. We send you the questions in advance. Everyone gets asked the same questions, a dozen of them. You send us back your answers. If it fits in our format, which is 7 minutes, 21 seconds, because our anniversary is July 21st, you're on the show. So we're not looking for something long. We're looking for quick, deep, quick, interesting answers that you can then send the video to your prospects and say, hey, look, I was just interviewed on this podcast. Check me out. It's designed to make you look good. This isn't a 60-minute thing. You have the questions in advance. We know what you're going to say, and then we're really just performing a one-act play. So if you would like to be on it, it's very simple. You can either go to theviewcast.com, all the instructions are there, or send us that email. Say, I want to be on your podcast. We'll send you the questions. You can decide then if you want to be on. Here's the weird thing. We talk about this, and we make this offer all the time, and only about 1% of the people that hear it want a free video designed to make them look good that they can use to promote themselves forever. We would love to double that to 2%. I'd be very happy if 2% of you do it. Awesome. By the way, Gary, you've never been on our podcast. What the hell?
We sent them the questions forever ago.
Yeah, get on the damn podcast, Gary.
We will. We will. Once the health issues are taken care of, we
do it.
will. Okay. We'll talk soon. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. I look at there. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I stopped following
Huh.
them. My bad.
All right. Brandon looks good on his background. Brandon, you ought to do it too. Because you're going to look good on camera. Good. All right, the next myth. Social media is the silver bullet for all your marketing challenges. There are a whole lot of social media managers that would have you believe this, and then they'd make you feel like you're too busy to post on your own social media, and that for for $1,000 a month or $500 a month or for $100 a week or some amount, they'll post on your social media 2 or 3 times a week, which isn't enough. And I don't like to go down that road. Now, by the way, if you just put pictures of your cat or your dog on social media, that pretty much is really all you need. I know that when I post pictures of our cats, I get really good response. So
you get engagement. We don't get a lot of sales from those, though.
Oh, there's a difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Dollars.
So there's a difference between engagement on social media and sales from social media.
Correct.
Oh, that's really important. Y'all ought to write that down. That's really important. That was brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take those. I haven't found a grocery store where I can show them my phone and go, look, I got X likes, comments, shares on. So I want some bread. No, you got to convert it to dollars and then pay them. If you have a grocery store that does that, then please share, because that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So why do you want to use social media then? Right? Reminder first, it's social, right? Social media. So it's personable. You do have a following. Most small business owners really just need about 1,000 raving fans, not just on social media, but throughout, in order to convert those to dollars. So 1,000 customers, clients, referral partners that are consistently buying from you. Just 1,000. So yeah, by all means, they can start on social media and then follow you along and convert to sales. You do need to post consistently on those platforms where your ideal clients, customers, referral partners are actually actively looking for you. So post daily on those. It doesn't need to be a different post, by the way, for each one. You may need to change the formatting a little bit. Sometimes if you format for Facebook, for example, it'll look different on Instagram. So you do need to format it differently, but you don't need to create a whole new post.
Now, here's a downside of social media. Some of you are looking at the screen and you're saying, wait a minute, X is really Twitter now. So why isn't that X on top of the Twitter logo and it's on top of the Google Plus logo? Wow, you're a deep thinker. Good job. Here's the thing. Google Plus doesn't exist anymore. And social media platforms can go away. We had one called Blab that we loved, that we were developing a really great following, and it just disappeared because Microsoft bought it. You don't own your profile. You own your website. You own that internet real estate, but you don't own your social media platform. They can take it away from you at any time at their whim. So if you're using this as the only way to market your business, beware. There are downsides to it. There are a lot of downsides to social media. We do quite a few webinars about social media. If you go to yourmarketingadvisor.com and keep track, you'll see when we do this. Next month, I think we're doing one, and I know in December we'll do one, like the 10 C's of social media. Just know that it's free. So again, here's a freebie. It will take time. But there are some downsides. And the question always comes up, see, there's X on top of Twitter. Which platform? Great question. Wherever your audience is playing. Each platform does have different demographics that tend to flock toward that platform. So knowing who your audience is important so that you can spend the most time of your social media,
time
investment on the right platforms. For us, it's probably different than you. We hang out most on Facebook and LinkedIn. Instagram is kind of our AAA farm club. If I want to see how a post might work on the platform before we actually get business, I'll try it on Instagram. Is that like the second or third time for that person? We really do like Alignable though. If your audience is If you're a B2B kind of business, it's one of our favorites.
It is most similar to LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is a database of professionals internationally, whereas Alignable is focused on local small business, local to you, wherever you are in North America.
Yeah. If you want to know how the best way to set up your LinkedIn profile, we just posted a video on our YouTube channel. It's a webinar about that.
Also on our website.
Yeah. So if you go to YouTube and track down Yuloff Creative and then follow us, please. That video is there now. It just went up like yesterday. As a real entrepreneur, you can do it all yourself.
Good. But why?
Yeah.
Could you really?
You should have an advisory panel. How does that help me market my business? Well, your advisory panel, you can bounce things off of them. Again, this is free. It will cost you time. It might cost you some lunches. We've had customers on ours. We have business leaders that have been on our advisory panels. You don't want to do this alone. You want to have honest sources of information that you can bounce things off of. We've been in mastermind groups. We've had business coaches as well. Doing this alone is going to make you work harder. It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you money. If you have ideas that you as far as what to do with your business, you very much need an advisory panel. I'm always, when I get to this, I read the slide and it, I see the words your mom. My mom was the reason I started my own business. That's a story we tell during boot camp. But without my mom, you guys wouldn't be on this webinar today, because she was the inspiration for my business getting started. So make sure you do have an advisory panel. You don't need business cards anymore. All right, this one's just pissing me off.
Good grief.
I'm meeting way too many people that say, oh, I don't have a business card. I have this QR code. Scan my thing. Yeah, well, then my phone scans you and it puts you somewhere that I have to then search for it. It just, yes, you do. Look, for the next, in 2 years, millennials will become the #1 in size demographic in the marketplace. Millennials, the front half of millennials still want business cards, as do Gen X, as do baby boomers. Yes, that side will disappear, but at the moment, if you do not have a business card, we will not do business with you. It's just one of those things that we as a group kind of expect, kind of like, get off my lawn if you don't have a business card. You can have different business cards for different demographics, like the example on your screen. A florist could have 4 different target audiences and pull out a different business card depending on who she's talking to, or he is talking to, if it's Paul Dillon. So if you, by the way, if your business card sucks, my suggestion would be that you ask for, where is it? Yes. Our very first book, 49 Stupid Things People Do with Business Cards and How to Fix Them. It's a fun, easy read, and it has a lot of marketing tips in it as well as. So if your business card sucks or you want a primer, I'd suggest you grab this. If you don't want to make it your freebie here, you can go on Amazon and get it for $3. Speaking of Amazon and eBay, they're just for products and not your services. Wow, really? One of the cool things that you can do with your blog, let's say that you've written a 2,500 word report on something you are an expert at in your industry. You can put that up for sale on eBay, on Amazon. for a dime, a nickel. Oh, you're building a mailing list. Everyone that buys it gets access to your information that leads them back to you. So when you've created the report in the right format, it brings them back to you. It's a wonderful email building list. All right, this is a big. We referred to this a little earlier. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on search engine optimization, folks. I have a challenge with almost all of them. In fact, there are only 2 SEO people that I know, love, and trust. The rest of them I think are, I'll just say they overcharge for too little. All right, let's chat about this a little bit. One of the things that you can do on your WordPress website is you can add keywords in your header. What's the header? Glad you asked. Every time you go to a website, every time I go to a website, we always look at the white bar to make sure we've typed in the right thing and we're going to the right place. And then we look at the website and we get confirmation, oh yeah, I am in the right place. So your website should very definitely tell people where you are, that they've gotten the right place. The thing is, there is a tab for every page on your WordPress website. And inside your site, you can name those tabs. Now, most web people will just name it the name of the page. For example, it could say Yuloff Creative Service, Yuloff Creative About Us, or Yuloff Creative Content. Well, nobody is ever going to type in the words contact or about us or services when they're looking for a business coach.
Or anything else for that matter.
Yeah, or you. So I have seen paragraphs up there that describe services. I've seen city names. I've seen sentences that talk about, awards that have been. You can put an amazing amount of information up on those tabs. No one will ever see it except for the search engines. So that if you write a blog for your target audience to get to know you, you can write the tabs for the search engines to get to know you. I think this is, of all of the tips here today, this is the one that most people that are watching this webinar know the least about. So this one is probably the most valuable one that you've gotten today. It's free. And if you've got a WordPress site, you could have this up and running tonight. If you don't know how to get to the tabs, ask your web builder. If your web builder wants to charge you for this, they're the wrong web person. Reach out to Sharon and I will, see that howtogettherefaster.com. We can show you how to get there. All right. You don't look good on video, so you're not going to do video.
Aww.
Really? You look great. I mean, look at Brandon, for God's sakes. And if I could see, who's that on the left?
This?
No, left and up. Yeah.
That's Ina. Oh, no, that's Soul Sweet Creations. I take it back. I'm sorry. That's Soul Sweet Creations.
We'll see. Now, if she was looking over here.
Yeah, well.
There we go. She's multitasking. It's okay. You're taking notes. I know you are. Yeah, sure you are. Oh, see, look at her background. It's a plain background. She jumps off the page. I mean, awesome. Good job. Well done. Now, although if I could, are you using a laptop?
Yes.
All right. If I could pull your laptop camera down just a little more. Oh, there. Look at that. Like dominating the camera. That's just incredible. And then you add that smile. Shoot your videos from there and you're good.
Thank you.
Rocks. I know. We kind of get off track a little bit. Look,
we love it.
Video is, there are challenges. I get it. In fact, if you have a challenge using video, I'm going to direct you back to our YouTube channel, where last week we did a live in-person event. We videoed it. Starting with millennials and going earlier, they have been brought up with being handed a cell phone. You know, here, don't play with this toy, play with this phone. They are used to doing video. They're used to gathering their information by video. If you are not using video to promote your business, you're failing and you don't know it. And if I know all the reasons you don't want to do it. You don't have time. You don't know what to talk about. There's a whole lot. Look, go to our YouTube channel, and in the first 10 minutes, we talk about all of those reasons, and we blow every myth out of the water. Why you're okay.
You're more than okay. You're awesome.
I mean, Sharon used to be scared to death of doing video.
I talk about it in that video that he told you was on YouTube. I talk about how I did a video a day for a year to get comfortable being on video. That doesn't mean that I love it. It's not my favorite thing. I don't wake up in the morning going, oh, goody, I get to do a video. But I also don't wake up in the morning going, no, it's just another thing. Okay, whatever.
So it is a great way that you can do a presentation and have that presentation live on and get you other audience members. Twice now, I have referred you to our YouTube channel for other information. The time we invested in creating the webinar and doing the seminar live will be more justified the more of you that watch it and get information, get to know us better, and you may become a coaching client. You see how this works? Or you may refer us someone, in which case you get paid a lot of money to refer us people that become coaching clients. And it starts with you getting to know us, and one of the best ways to do that is through video. So, and you can really rule the world with your YouTube channel. Here's kind of why. Watch this. Sharon.
Yeah.
What's the #1 search engine?
Google.
Everyone knows that. What's the #2 search engine?
YouTube.
Who owns YouTube?
Google.
Holy crap.
Well, it's the same parent company. Yeah.
So this is why several years ago, when you began doing Google searches, you started noticing more and more videos pop up higher and higher.
YouTube videos.
What did I say?
No. You just said videos.
Oh,
I was being more specific.
Okay. More and more videos that are on YouTube show up in those searches. Because sometimes ads show up in those at the beginning of those videos, and YouTube, and therefore Google, makes money every time you click on a video. Most people would rather get their information by video. I'm not one of those people, but what the heck? So your YouTube channel can serve you very well, and it's free. The YouTube channel is free.
I lost track.
Shooting videos costs you some time, but it's also free. So get over your damn feet. Yeah, get over it. Did that hurt? You just banged your knee on your table and you didn't even curse. Oh my gosh. So I want to give you a couple of examples of videos. First one on the left, Griffin and her mom, Rochelle, came to one of our boot camps. And afterwards they were glowing. This was great. This was awesome. So I said, hey, would you do me a favor? Would you say that all again on my phone? And I shot a video of them. And I could have said, would you write that all down? I want to put it on my website. And they would have done it. They're really nice people, wonderful human beings. But I would have lost the emotion. So when you watch this and then you watch the other one, video captures emotion. Remember early on we were talking about psychographics? People don't buy for logical reasons. They buy for, yes, you said it, emotional. I heard. She said it. She said emotional reasons. Great job. She's taking that. So when you're watching this, Griffin and Rochelle, listen for the emotion.
Hi everyone, this
Hey
is Griffin.
there, and this is Rochelle.
We're a mother-daughter team of the company Elemental Candela Organics, the 100% organic soy candle line. And we have just attended the Yuloff's marketing boot camp and it was amazing.
Wasn't it fantastic?
It was really fantastic.
Great promotional ideas.
Really great promotional ideas.
I'm
I
telling
love
you.
those. That's what I struggle with. So it was really great to be able to come here, learn
Yeah.
so many different ideas, tactics. My mind is like spinning and just blown.
Is she not on fire? This is what I'm talking about. So listen, if you ever wanted to get serious about your business, you want to come out to the next boot camp, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Come out to the boot camps. You will not be disappointed. Bring yourself, bring a friend, bring everybody.
Absolutely. So again, this is Rochelle
And Griffin of Elemental Candela Organics. And you can find us at elementalcandela.com.
It was really funny. At the beginning of an in-person boot camp, we always go through the rules. And one of the rules is if you bring food in, clean up after yourself. Your mother isn't here. And Griffin raised her hand. She said, my mom's right here. And her mom said, not today, I'm not. Pick up your own damn trash.
Today is your business partner.
Yeah, name your business partner. Pick up your trash. So now, doesn't that make you want to go to our boot camp just a little bit more? Planyourmarketing.com. All right. We were at a Sedona chamber mixer. It was the Christmas mixer, as you can tell by the sweater. The rule is never let a good alcoholic drink go to waste. Lynn had a little bit of wine, as you can see by the cup. I'm sure that was her first. She sat down and started waxing eloquent about Sharon and I. And I said, wait. Let me grab my camera. Say this again. So I'm going to walk her through a video testimonial. You can do this too. You don't worry about the loudness of the background. Don't worry about it. You just do it. The worst thing that could happen, I could have said, you know what? I'm not going to post that one. But it turned out, well, it's kind of fun. Now, I'm going to have to, here, I'm going to give you some background to watch. She's going to forget who we are for a second, and you're going to see her read my name badge. And I walk her through giving us the testimonial. You can do this too, but the emotion is still there.
Okay, now say it.
You are the
Wait,
best.
who are you talking to? Hank, you mean Hank and Sharon, right?
Hank and Sharon Yuloff
Yes, ma'am.
are the very best internet marketing people in Sedona and Los Angeles.
Well, thank you.
I'm skeptical because I did internet marketing since 1994.
Yeah.
And there are so many sleazebags out there, and I put you through every single test, and
Yeah.
you flew over them.
Well, thank you.
Best.
So,
I love you guys.
so why don't you say your name and how somebody can get in touch with you so you can get some business?
I'm Lynn Innes, and if you're a large corporation or a not-for-profit, I'm the Community Outreach Director for Snap Fitness.
Awesome.
Thank you.
It's just fun. I smile every time I see Lynn. She's just happy. So use video. It's worth it. Okay. Next myth. You got to be famous to get traction.
No.
Not really. So a lot of companies use their social media for customer service. Some of them aren't reactionary. They're more proactive. Like Hilton will look for people that are tweeting. They're looking for help in travel, and they will give tips. Now the tip isn't go to a Hilton. As you can see on the tips there, they're giving information that are going to help travelers. Now this is not the fastest path to cash. Hilton is hoping that, oh, I need a hotel, and they were so nice the last time giving me information, I should check out their rates. A lot of companies do this. A lot of larger companies do this because they can afford to have somebody that can take the time to do this. You can do it from time to time. You can have your, a different address on Twitter, and you can look for people that are in need for what you do. Again, not the fastest path to cash, but it is free. It's some time. Now, what's really cool is when you get to know someone famous a little bit, and I attended an event, there were about 30 of us at the LAX, oh shoot, hotel skips my mind. Anyway, James,
Weston?
Yeah, I think it might have been the Weston. James Melichek was doing it, and Lisa Gibbons were doing it together. A couple of days on how to get in the media. And about 30 of us signed up and took this course. And first of all, Lisa Gibbons couldn't be a nicer human being in the world. Couldn't be a more brilliant business person. Could not be a more, giving of her time. It was awesome. And, we were talking, and during one of the sessions, she mentioned she was feeling a little chilly. So I went down in the car and I grabbed one of our, at the time, Sedona marketing jackets and brought it up and, gave it to her. And I go, can I get a picture of that? She goes, you mean you want me to hold it like this? Like, wow, clearly she has done product placement before. Now, there's a much longer story here.
Come to boot camp.
Come to boot camp. But then she ended up tweeting because we had sent her brownies through that same greeting card system. And she tweeted that I am so thoughtful. So I will now use that forever and ever and ever. Amen. Yeah. There is a much longer, more cooler story. Her daughter comes into play. Wait, what? No, nothing like that. You can't write a book, so why should you try?
Yes, write a book.
All right, this isn't free. Well, if you do it right, it isn't free. I have known many people who have written their book. They have mocked up a cover, and they have gotten it on Amazon for free. I've never seen one of those books be a really great quality. I'll be honest with you. So if you have an editor, a really good editor, it will help make your book much better. We have an amazing editor who's trying to retire. So as long as we keep sending her a book every couple of years, I don't think she will, which means we have to start working on the next book at some point. But she's made me a better writer. She's made every one of our books better. Now, we do our own covers mostly because I've been trained in graphic art. So yeah, I save the $500 each time to do a cover. But you should have someone that knows what they're doing do it. Books are awesome for many reasons. In fact, we haven't done that webinar in a while. Which webinar? How books will build your business. We should update and do that one. Here's the thing. People like to to interview the person who wrote the book on the subject. They like to hire the person who wrote the book on the subject. We've written books on marketing and sales and human resources, and now working together as a team, and now overwhelmed and overthinking. It's an amazing giveaway. Here's the fun part. You and I both go to a chamber event. They're looking for raffle prizes for that night. I give them a couple of our books. You might give them a $10 gift card to that coffee place. A few months later, that gift card's gone. My book, our book, is still on their desk. It's still on their bookshelf.
Clearly labeled with our name.
Exactly. The worst thing that will happen to this book is it never gets read. That's the best thing that happens to the gift card, because they're going to forget you ever gave it to them. So there are a lot of really wonderful uses for books. one of my favorite is that we do shoplifting in reverse. When we go to cruises, we will put them in the library. In fact, today I had an appointment at my optometrist. I noticed last time that they have a place for books and it was empty, so I just dropped a couple of our books there. It is shoplifting in reverse. When we are speaking at a hotel, we'll go in the gift store, and they always have the top sellers. I always put our book in the #1 spot. Now they all have the
ISBN.
yeah, on the back. So when it gets scanned at the gift store, no, we don't make money on that. But they do say, oh my God, there's no more here. We need to order more. There are a lot of uses for your book.
So we don't make money on that one, but we do when they rebuy it.
Yes, we do. It's pretty awesome now.
Yeah.
So your book on many shelves, highly suggested. It is compared to the brochure that most people will send out that doesn't give any information. Every one of our books has awesome information that we are giving to prospects. Makes them want to reach out. So your book, yes, it isn't a freebie if you do it right, but it is really affordable. All right, the only guys that can use holidays are the big guys. You know, Southwest makes up holidays when they send out emails, and I've always thought it was a really great way to market. No reason you can't make up your own holidays. Heck, there are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of National Something Day that you can tie into your social media. If you look ahead enough, you can send out emails, blasts that in honor of National Whatever You Do Day. Let's see. Oh, Sweet Creations. National Chocolate Day. National.
There are lots and lots.
There are dozens.
We just did National White Chocolate Day because that came up.
Anyway, heck, if you don't find one, just make one up. Like, for example, today it is Invest in a Marketing Book at a Discount Day. Did you know that? Yes, our business card book is on sale at Amazon for only $2.99. Oh my God!
Well, the book number 4 is even
on that. The Marketing Checklist 4 is on sale for only 99 cents today only.
Kindle version.
Well, until I get in there and raise the price, but
yeah,
you get where we're going on this. So tie in whatever special you have with what you do. Make it up if you gotta. Nobody's ever gonna check, and it's kind of fun. By the way, that's free. It's free. You can make up a holiday. Just make up whatever one you want. It's National Love Your Brand. Is it Brandon? National Love Brandon Day. So National Buy from Brandon. National Donate to
to the White Foundation.
Exactly. Just fun. For sure. Online marketing ads are too hard. Well, they're not too hard. They're a little difficult. We prefer teleseminars, lunch and learns. You can do these live and in person. You can do them on Zoom. Invite people to them. We do them all the time. This again, it depends. If you buy lunch, yes, that will cost you. You can do them for free. I leave this picture up there. This is a really old one that I did with another business coach, Craig Moline, who's just one of the nicest human beings in the world. But we did a bunch of seminars together for both of our audiences, and we took turns interviewing each other. Pay-per-click and ads. There are some tips that we would offer.
Yes.
That's your cue, babe.
Yes. Limit your budget to $5 to $10 a day.
My God, that's so inexpensive.
Yes. You can even do that on Google, or at least you could the last time we tried. We tested. So yes, $5 to $10 a day, and run it for about 3 days, and then see if you get 3 or 4 times the return on that investment. If you do, great. You can keep doing that. You could increase your budget, right? If If you're doing $10 a day and you're bringing in 30 or 40, then by all means, increase your budget. If you're not, then change one thing, the headline, the image, the description, the target, but only one thing, because if you change everything, you don't know what the thing was that actually made it work. So change one thing, test it again, $5 to $10 a day, 3 days, rinse, lather, repeat until you're getting 3 or 4 times the return.
If you ever wanted to do ads and you don't want to do it alone, we do have a couple of people that we would recommend that we can connect you with. So just reach out to us and we'll connect you. Tell us you want our Facebook ad person and we'll connect you with. You can survey your customers. But what if they say something bad? Yeah, it gives you an opportunity to reach back out and fix it. What if they say something good? Then you can turn that into a reason to call them and say thank you. We know a lot of service companies that, let's for example, a plumbing company, that they leave a postcard with the survey and the questionnaire on it with a stamp on it. You can write these questions in 2 different ways. One, as my public relations professor, Alan Center, would have always said, you want to write the questions so that the answers are down the middle. You know, you're not trying to lead the witness. You want them to answer honestly. I would always say, but Dr. Center, you know, we can write those questions so we skew the answers to get more referrals. And he would always look at me and in class and say, Mr. Yuloff, why don't you come see me during office hours? We're going to have a conversation about that. It was always fun, good-natured, yeah. And since he had written the book on all of the public relations courses I was taking, his books are still used. I give you his answer and I give you my answer as well. Surveying your clients is a great way to reach out and show that you do care. So if you want assistance in writing those, yes, you can reach out, we can chat. You should gather testimonials everywhere you go. I'm going to play this one for you, and I'm going to give you the background. Nikki Bassi, she holds the record for most questions asked during one of our boot camps. No one has ever come close, which
is that a challenge?
It isn't. I think Nikki's one of the nicest and bestest human beings in the world. If you, in fact, going back to the books for a second, if you were going to write, this is way off the course. If your business and you run it from a Christian point of view and you need an editor for your Christian book, Nikki is your person. She did a couple books for clients of ours. She's a spectacular human. And she said she wanted to give us a testimonial. And I said, thank you so much. She said, is there anything you want me to say? And I said, you know what? Mention you're a millennial. Everything else is whatever else you want to say. So she was nice enough to give us this, and you'll see how that clicks in.
Hi, my name is Nikki Bassi, and I'm a licensed insurance agent with Farmers Insurance. And I love Hank and Sharon because they help make me better at my job. They help make my job easier because they are such out of the box branding, just geniuses.
There you go.
And I've gone to their boot camp before, and I try to go as many of the webinars anytime I see them, because I know that every single time I hear them speak and teach, I'm going to learn something new, which I can so appreciate, because they're always learning what's new in the field. They're always staying on top of things like social media and the platforms, which are ever changing. And I love that, because if they're at the top of their game, that's going to help me be at the top of my game. And so I appreciate that. And I just feel like if you are a millennial business person who is struggling, like so many are right now, your next phone call should be to Hank and Sharon Yuloff of Yuloff Creative Marketing Solutions, because they are going to help you with your business. I promise.
So you ask, how do I get testimonials? That's a really good question.
Hi.
You ask. When someone says, "Oh my God, that was so awesome. Thank you so much." Your comment is, "I so appreciate you saying that. Hey, could I ask a favor? Could you say that again on my phone so I can help other people just like you?" The whole key there is the just like you. Some will say yes. Some will say no. Some will say, "I will do it at home and send it to you," which is another way of their saying no. It's okay.
We had one person actually do it.
One.
One.
One. Solamente uno.
I've had many people
Yeah.
do it. I've had many people do it.
Good for you.
But that's because I hold something hostage before I give it to them, and then
Well,
they want
see,
that.
There you go.
I don't. That's how we got our first 4 cats, and we still have the cats, but we don't have the testimonials. So no, not gonna work out. What do you hold hostage, Brandon?
There's a special PDF that if they don't give me their video, they don't get the PDF. And they want the PDF.
What's the PDF?
It's information that's dangerous that they should know and they want to know. So then they trade for the PDF.
Okay. I think Brandon is the absolute bestest at what he does, and I think you should call him right now. Okay, send me the damn PDF. By the way, this works another way. If one of your clients, if you buy from them, give them a testimonial, and quite often the feeling of reciprocity means they're going to send you one. We have done testimonials out of the blue for restaurants that we like, or for companies that do business for us. It never hurts to put some positivity out there. The question we get all the time is, do you need to get a release? No, the fact that they're putting a testimonial on video means they're giving you permission for the video. But thank you for asking that wonderful question. Last testimony I'll show is from James Malinchak. He was an ABC Secret Millionaire. We were doing a coaching session, and he said something really nice about us. I said, "James, can I get you to say that again on video for me so I can help other people just like you?" "Sure, let's just do that here." Awesome. And he stood up and...
Hey, what's up everybody? It's James Malinchak, featured on ABC's hit TV show Secret Millionaire. And look, I have done 3,000 speeches. I've done 1,000 consultations. I've been around, I've seen a lot, and I'm very big into marketing and branding. And I gotta tell you, if you want 2 people who truly care about your best interest and who will get the essence of what you're trying to do out, but most importantly, attract an abundance of new and repeat customers and clients or patients if you're a physician back to you, then you've got to work with my friends Hank and Sharon. You know, the thing I like about them more than anything else, sure, they're smart, sure, they know what they're doing, all aspects of business, whether it's HR or whether it's marketing or prospecting, but they come from the heart, they want to make a difference, and they truly, truly, truly care about their clients. Become their client today. You will be so grateful you did.
So the next question we always get, I've got a couple of video testimonials. Is that enough?
It's a good start.
You could have said, "I have a couple of hundred. Is that enough?"
No.
"I have 1,000 of them."
No.
Okay, well, maybe.
No.
Look,
how old are those 1,000? No.
Look, on our website, we've got about 100 of them, and another a lot more that aren't on the website. And if they're not on the website, but someone demographically similar wants to see a testimonial, that's the one we send. All right. So you have just learned 20 ways to inexpensively market your business. The unicorn is there for a very important reason. Just like the unicorn doesn't exist, there's no such thing as a finished marketing plan. You are always going to be marketing your business to get people to raise their hand and say, "I'd like to have a sales conversation with you." So what's next? Glad you asked. Do me a favor and ask yourself, hey, do you have a breakthrough today? Did you learn something new? If you did, raise your hand.
Oh, yay.
I see hands going up. I see hands going up. I see Joe raised a hand. Good. Awesomeness. Cool. Well, the next thing you do, create your marketing budget. Now, today, we gave you a bunch of free ways and some that are going to be a little bit of an investment. So, for those that it's going to be free, well, your budget is going to be your time. You're going to get out your calendar and you're going to budget time to market yourself. For some of you, this is going to be a very new thing. For some of these that are affordable, like you need to go buy that URL that you've been thinking of getting forever. All right, well, you're going to have to budget for that. It's $10, $12 a year. But you create a budget to market your business. And we've just given you a bunch of ways that are affordable, so you don't really have to spend a lot. You're going to have to get proficient with some tools. You're going to be using video a lot of different ways. You've got to know your sales funnel. That is, how does someone go from knowing who you are to sending you that testimonial so you can get that PDF that they're holding hostage? And you're going to have to be good at social media and getting on there and having a website built in WordPress. You've got to know some basic tools. You should create your marketing to-do list, your marketing goal list. We have a list of 12. We suggest you have a list of 12 things. Why 12? Great question. There are 12 months in a year. If you're starting cold, or if you had several things here that you want to add to your marketing, we suggest you rank them. What are the 3 most important of the ones that you just added? Those go at the top. Of the 3, what's the 1? That's the one you're going to start with. If you try and do all of these things at the same time, you are going to go into overwhelm and you're going to overthink it all. And then you're going to have to buy our book.
It's going to make time to read the book.
Your guide for overwhelmed and overthinking entrepreneurs. And we really don't want to make you buy the book. I mean, that 99 cents, that's you know, affordable. So you make your list. Now, here's one of the ways that list helps you. From time to time, we'll have a coaching call scheduled with a client, and they'll let us know within the prescribed time, I'm not going to be able to make it. Can we reschedule? Sure. Well, in our calendar, we all of a sudden have a block of time. What is the highest and best use of my time that I've now been given back? I look at our list. What needs to be done? And the higher up the list goes, the better. Our new book has been sitting at #1 for 4 months. It was time to get the book done. It was time to get the book edited and put together and put on sale and marketed and hit bestseller. It hit bestseller, and I still have a couple of things to do. We have a gift package that goes along with the book. I have to send that out. That will then drop the book to about #9. It's going to sit at #9 because now we have the other part of the marketing, using the marketing of the book, getting on podcast. So if I block a time, I had that book podcast. I really should track down some podcasts, send them a letter, send them the questions they can ask us, and follow up. So if you have your list of marketing goals, it makes your marketing much easier. All that makes sense? You see where I'm going? Excellent. Now, if any of these are challenging, get some help. The 2 questions we always hear are, what do I do first? How do I get there faster? You have seen this URL on almost every slide.
And quite a few times in the chat.
A few times. We're going to give you a half hour of time. In that half hour, it's not a sales call from us. We couldn't take a credit card if we wanted to because our credit card processor does not allow us to. We can talk about whatever you need in your business. how to make more sales. Our clients call us the easy button. So if you're looking for some easy button ideas, how do you budget? But anything that has to do with your time, with your business, you can go to howtogetttherefaster.com. And if you want it even faster than that, in December, we are doing our boot camp. It is December 9. It is virtual, which means you can sit exactly where you are right now.
Or wherever you please.
Wherever you please. We had someone at the last boot camp. We had someone that was at the beach. They were sitting, I don't know how much they got out of it, but they got continuing education credit. Anyway, you can either scan the QR code, it'll bring you to plan your marketing, or you can just put your email in the chat, say, I want to go, send me information. We will do that. And we would love to have you at boot camp. Because here's what's going to happen. Today, you're going to take one of three paths. You took notes and you're not going to do anything. That would suck. Don't do that. You can take notes and try to do some of it yourself. Awesome. Much better than not doing anything. Please don't waste my time in giving you all this information. Please do something. And some of you are going to ask us for help to get there. We're glad to do it. So it's planyourmarketing.com. So here are a bunch of the URLs that you can track us down with. We've talked about them before. Now is time when you have questions. We will answer them.
So Hank had the first question.
Wait, there's a Hank on the call?
There is. He's right there.
Oh my God.
Hank,
you can ask as many questions as you want. You get the Hank bonus.
Do you remember in Costa Rica?
Yeah.
How did the restaurant let the San Jose, let the town know that that was their key to come up? I don't remember.
They had done some advertising for it, and they had told people when you see it blinking, come back. That it was a process of how they got that to happen. Yeah, it was curious. But they had been in business for a long time. It wasn't a secret at all. When that light's blinking, if you want really good food, you go up the mountain.
Got it. Thank you.
I was astounded. Why? Do you have a restaurant on a hill?
No, I was just curious about the process. I mean, when these webinars happen, I've been to many of them, and you hear people present these ideas, you kind of get a quick Cliff's version of it. And yeah. I like to know the entire process because I've been through this a lot. So
it was over time.
Yeah.
No, I was unbelieving, and he said, "Watch." We just turned it on, and 15 minutes. I mean, the restaurant got packed, and when it emptied out.
Locals or tourists?
Oh, it's local, total local.
Okay, got it. Then that's a different. Yeah.
The only tourists wouldn't know. The only tourists in the restaurant that night was our group of like 20 of us.
Gotcha.
It was going to be our last night all together, so we were there for hours and hours, and it was a well lit night.
Got it. Thank you for the answers.
Absolutely, the food was insane too. So good.
Lovely.
So Vince had a question about website hosting. So I answered a little bit in the chat. So yes, WordPress is your best bet. You don't host it on WordPress. You can host it in multiple places. Other places, those places, you host it there. But your other challenge was I can turn again. Okay.
Yeah.
The challenge is that they probably your site, which means they own your URL, they own your site. Decide that you want to WordPress. You can't just download it and upload it to their site.
Really, internet unstable sign.
Yeah, it's the second time.
Give you that information, where we host, we would make a couple of bucks. So take our if we give you the name, take our advice with a grain of salt. But our site hasn't gone down in years, and
Whoever hosts your site, are it when problems come up, are you able to get help right away? Because too many times with GoDaddy or Network Solutions or whatever, you can be on the phone for a long time. Other times you get through right away.
They host it. We do not have a fix my site relationship with them. When something happens on our site, either we fix it because we know how, or we have a couple of developers that we call. I will tell you that from a security point of view, we used to host with Bluehost, and if it was a security problem, it was really worth paying their extra because they solved some challenges for us really well. We're not using them currently.
We're not using them. The current host I have found that I get when we do have a question, it's not usually a problem on the site. There's usually some sort of a question about something. I actually get the best response using their chat feature.
So.
Okay.
Can I interject something about this?
Sure.
If I may, I'm Hank. My hosting is through Shopify.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, Vincent, that, and this is not to be the naysayer, all of the hosting services are terrible.
Okay, you know what? Wait a minute, Hank.
I disagree. If Shopify is great for e-commerce, but if it's not an e-commerce,
we're not going to indulge in any of this.
Okay, no, I won't get into that. I just my statement is that I've used a lot of different sites, and as far as any site, it's always you're either getting a chat bot that you get to respond to help you with if there's some problems and stuff, but be prepared for that, because I've used a number of different sites, and forgive me for name dropping. I've used a number of different hosts and whatnot, and some mentioned by you that it's just something going into it. Just be prepared that it is a little bit of investment when it comes to getting help.
The place where we host our site the chat does start with a bot, but it's pretty easy to get an agent. I've never had a challenge.
Nice. Okay.
And again, with Bluehost, we're not tied to them at all now. I was always on a phone call, and again, I would still give them an A on their service.
Well, I would
don't use them now. I'd still give them an A.
I would interject, like you're talking about Bluehost. If you look for the smaller, there's smaller services that are a little more personal, and you can get people on the phone. Using someone larger, I'm finding a lot like automatically they're like, oh, we're getting rid of our customer service voices, and so you have to go through chat.
The challenge with using somebody local is it's often on their own server in their house, not backed up in multiple places. It may not even be being backed up at all. They often go down more often. Your site goes down more often because they have too many sites hosted on that server. So there are lots of challenges with having someone local. Yes, you could get them on the phone, but then what?
Apologies for stirring it up. I'm sorry. It's just something I've been through. So apologies.
It's okay.
Yeah. Pros and cons to everything.
Hank, Sharon.
Yes, Tony.
And it's Anthony. I don't know why they got that Tony. I hate Tony. Anyway, never mind. My question is, I'm starting a nonprofit and a for-profit simultaneously. In your expertise, would you say that I should go for making the nonprofit or the for-profit go first?
It depends on so many things, and this is so specific to you, Tony, or Anthony, sorry. I would recommend that you go to howtogetttherefaster.com, book 30 minutes, and let's have a private conversation. It's kind of off the topic, and I don't want to bore other folks. It's not really relevant to them. Yeah. I do have a master's in nonprofit management, an MBA in nonprofit management. Between the two of us, we've sat on a bunch of boards, so we do have info to share with you. This just isn't the right place. So go to howtogetttherefaster.com and let's schedule 30 minutes and we can talk about it.
All right, I'll do that. Thanks.
You're so welcome.
Starting two businesses at once. That is a man with a desire for no sleep. I appreciate that, and I appreciate Anthony for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I'm also married too.
Well,
Good grief.
Mm,
I
mm.
don't. I'm married. I'm sitting next to my brain, so I'm married.
That's right.
I'm married. Plus, having married way up, that helps too.
KS, at one point you had your hand up. Do you have a question? I'm going to guess not.
Yes.
All right. Is there anyone else that has a question? You can unmute. You can type it in the chat.
Gary does.
Go ahead, Gary.
Real quickly, as I'm writing a lot of notes here, I'm going down my list. I did not get the titles on number 6 and I believe number 17, unless I mixed that one up with somebody else.
You know what,
What was
Gary? I don't know. I have your email address. I will send them to you.
Thank you, sir.
That's the advantage of being a returning champion.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. This was great.
Gary, you're great.
Well, we could just
thank you.
Any other questions, anybody?
Cool.
I'm gonna guess not.
All right. Our last pitch. The URL's on your screen. For us, you go to How to Get There Faster. For bootcamp, it's Plan Your Marketing. If you want to be on the Viewcast, send us an email or go to theviewcast.com. And for all of our other webinars, go to yourmarketingadvisor.com. Our list is up to date for this month, but not November yet. Thanks for being here, everybody. It was a lot of fun for us. Remember, if everything happens for a reason,
be the reason things happen.
See you next time. Have an amazing